Good morning and welcome to our kitchen. I'm Gordy Galusha.
I'm Patrick Meunier.
And this is our 313th program. Today we're going to be making Oklahoma style smash burgers and no-bake Buckeye bars. And we're going to start off with me making my bars because they do not have to be baked and I can probably do them in a hurry. So Patrick has quite a few things he has to put in his smash burgers, so we're going to start with my bars. This morning I'm going to make a what's called a no-bake Buckeye bar, and in my mixed bowl I have a cup of creamy peanut butter and a stick of softened margarine or butter, and I'm going to mix this up until it's nice and fluffy. The butter didn't get in there. Okay, gotta, whoops, smash it down inside there so it'll get mixed up with the peanut butter. That looks like it's nice and fluffy. Oh, it is. And this is what it looks like, just with the butter and the peanut butter. And now I'm going to add two and a half cups of confectionery sugar. And a teaspoon of vanilla. Okay, I'm going to mix this up. This is going to be the bottom crust for the bars. I'll start it slow before we have to clean the walls. Okay, this is what it looks like when it has a confectionery sugar and the vanilla. It's supposed to form a ball, which it did. Make sure you get all the peanut butter and everything off your mixer. I have washed my hands. Now I'm going to pat this in the bottom of my pan. It's hard getting it out of the pan after it's had confectionery sugar in there. Okay. Whoops. I'm going to dampen my hands. So I can pat this in the bottom of my pan, like this. This takes a little time to do. You wet my hands again. Make sure you get it in the corners. Get it as flat as you possibly can to make sure you hit all the corners. Okay. This is what it looks like when it is all done with the bottom part of the bars. In my bowl here, I have 2 cups of chocolate chips and 2 tablespoons of coconut oil, and I have to melt these. So we're going to be taking a break until I get this melted. In my bowl, I have 2 cups of chocolate chips and 2 tablespoons of coconut oil, and I'm going to turn it on top of my peanut butter base here. Spread it all over the chocolate. Spread the chocolate all over the peanut butter bottom. And when we're done spreading the chocolate on the peanut butter base, then I'm going to refrigerate it until it chills. Maybe a half hour. We'll check it then and see if it will be able to eat it. So that's it for my Buckeye bars. Please try them. You'll be surprised. They're kind of messy, but it's a good mess. Okay. It is time for a break, and Patrick will begin his dish.
So today we're going to make fried Oklahoma style smash burgers. I've got a pound of ground beef in front of me, 80-20. I'm going to split this into about 4 even chunks. I'm going to make little balls of these. We're not looking to manhandle these too much. It's not like making a meatball. You just want to roughly form the shape of a ball, about 1/4 pound each. Get them on your plate. We just want everything ready for when we go to the pan. It's going to be ripping hot. We're not going to have a lot of time to kind of make new patties or cut things up. So we're looking to kind of do it all in one shot to the extent possible. Just like that. Again, does not need to be super well formed. Intent is we're just going to smash these in a few minutes. So just getting them on, get them in shape, equal size. If you have a scale, you can use that, make them truly equal. And then I'm just going to hit them now with some salt, pepper, garlic seasoning. I have it as a pre-bundled mix. If you have that at home, you can just make it yourself. And if you have another burger seasoning you like better, this is when you'd use that. So now, what makes it kind of Oklahoma style is the onion. We are going to take an onion. I've got a huge one here. You can use any size you want, really. It's just about having enough to cover the 4 patties you need. A medium-sized onion would be fine. I'm going to peel away all that. We're going to slice this super thin. If you have a mandolin, that's a good way to do it. Otherwise, just as thin as slices as you can make it. You want this to basically cook down, start to caramelize at the same time you're cooking your burger. You're only going to get about a minute with the burger, so it needs to be thin enough to cook for that. So again, just as thin as you can make it. What we're going to end up doing is we're going to get the pan going on ripping high heat, pretty much as hot as we can make it. I'm going to put some bacon grease in the pan. We're going to toss down the burger patty, smash it, and then put the onions right on top for about 30-45 seconds. Once the burger is really crisp on one side, that's when we'll flip it with the onions to the bottom. Let the onions cook through, steam. And then we'll put cheese on top, let that melt, and then you've got a burger. I like to put a little mustard on before I put down the cheese. I think that adds a little bit of flavor, pairs nicely with the onion. Some people will put it down on top of the burger before they smash it to try and protect it from sticking to what you're smashing with. That's not my personal preference because it doesn't seem to stop it for me, but it is another way to achieve the same result. So this should be enough onion. I'm going to put this in the bowl. I'm going to break it apart as I do. Yeah, and you just want those really thin, broken apart strands. You want nice stringy onion around the burger. You could even afford to go thinner than I did. I'm cutting a little fast for the sake of the camera, but even thinner is better. A mandolin, again, will give you better results. And that should be everything we need. We have cheese, the burger patties, and the onions, some mustard. We're ready to go to the pan. So we'll take a quick break and come back when we're ready to make the smash burger. Alright, so I've got my pan now preheating on high. I'm going to drop in a tablespoon here of bacon grease. You can use any high heat cooking oil you want, any kind of fat you want. I'm giving this a shot because I'd like to try it on my griddle this summer, which is where I would typically use this recipe. You can see the smoke coming off, meaning we are on high for sure. I am going to I have a special smasher for smash burgers. You can use literally the bottom of a pan like this, 2 spatulas, whatever you like, and run with it. So I'm going to drop this in, and then literally just take the thing here, smash it down. Ooh. It's hot there. Kind of move it around a bit, try to get the patty off. We got a nice flat patty. Then I'm going to take my onions. I'm just going to drop a bunch of them on top. We're going to let that run for just a minute. We want to get a really nice crusty bottom. We're looking for it to have some crisp, some texture. So we're going to let it run as long as it needs to do that. Probably about 30 seconds to a minute. You can kind of tell if you've got a spatula when it kind of comes up as one whole unit and isn't like still trying to fall apart. So we'll give that a second. There's the fire alarm. Alright, so we're back. We finished one. We had a little bit of a fire alarm. This is very smoky. That's why typically I do it outside on my Blackstone. We do have a completed product over here to show you. One smash burger already done. So again, we have the patty going down. It's going to get nice and crisp on the bottom. Really looking to get a very good browning on the bottom. Now that I've got it in, I'm going to toss in a bunch of that shredded onion right on top. That's what makes it Oklahoma style. And we're going to let that cook for another minute more. Okay, it's probably just about enough time. We're going to get under there and give it a flip. Yeah, you can see some nice crisp on top. I'm going to hit it with my seasoning one more time, since we haven't seasoned this side of the patty. We're going to hit it with mustard. And then I'm going to come on top of that with some American cheese. I'm going to do 2 slices. Lay them crosswise from each other, and then I'm going to put a lid on for just a minute, let the cheese melt. There you go, you got some nice melty cheese. We're going to let the onions kind of finish caramelizing a bit here on the side. It's starting to look very good. I'm going to get a bun ready. If you want to, you can toast your buns. I'm not doing it today. And you can put a special sauce on this. I don't. I like the onions and mustard to be the star of the show. So I'm just going to take that right off. Get it right on that bun. Take the rest of these onions with it. Goes right on top. and then brown it on top. And then lather, rinse, repeat. We've got another 2 to do, so we'll cut and come back when they're all done. Alright. We have our fried Oklahoma style smash burger here. We started off by making a couple quarter-pound balls of beef, seasoning it up, cutting some onions extremely thinly, and then frying them. Burger first, onions on top, smashed burger style. Flipping once, adding mustard, cheese on top, and then plating it up. It's a very simple burger, very flavorful burger for your next cookout.
For dessert, I made a no-bake Buckeye bar, which looks like peanut butter on the bottom with a layer of confectionery sugar and peanut butter and vanilla and butter, and you mix it all together and to make a base. And then you pat that into a pan, and then when that's all finished, you use chocolate chips and a couple of tablespoons of coconut oil, and you put that into the microwave and melt it. And when it's melted, then you spread it all over your peanut butter base, and that's what the Buckeye bars look like. Hope you try them. And it's a nice. Well, we thought we were going to have some spring weather today, but it looks like we're still going to have winter. Well, anyway, have a great day. This is all from our kitchen. If you would like any of these recipes, please send a self-addressed stamped envelope to 151 Park Avenue, Dalton, Mass. 01226. And that is all from our kitchen today. Please have a great day and tune again.